It's another edition of Celtics Roundtable here on the Boston Celtics newsfeed. Matt Ignal here alongside my brother Jonathan Lucky's Pipe and Sam Sheehan. We're coming to you after the Celtics fell to the Indiana Pacers. Went down to the wire improbably. Three Celtics starters missing after Kyrie re-injured his knee or re-aggravated his knee or something. It's not good, but we'll see what comes of it. I know we want to talk about Marcus Smart, who was once again an animal again tonight. Who wants to lead the praise here?
I mean, look, anytime Smart shoots 6 for 11 from three, he's probably going to have a pretty good game, considering that that's like the only hole in his game is shooting. And, I guess you can't count on him banking them in every time. But there is something to be said. I know I kind of tend to roll my eyes at the idea of like clutch players and stuff like that. I think there's kind of just good players and not good players. But it really is real. And Marcus Smart, for as many flaws as he has, just seems to make monster plays at the end of games. And I just loved seeing Marcus out there. Though I will say Jason Tatum did look like a little bit shook at the end of the game. Did anyone else think that? Like with the free throws and the dribbling off his feet at the end of the game there, like 4 minutes to go? Or what was that? Am I on an island there?
It wasn't as smooth as his previous other games. But.
He went 3 for 4 from the line down the stretch. That's probably what you would expect. He is like, an 80% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
The body language, just a couple rookie moves down the stretch, Sam. I mean, when you get to watch Al Horford, mostly Kyrie, and some other guys do it every night, you're not called upon that much. I mean, it's an uncomfortable spot and some good plays. Turner's rotation was really good on that last play.
Yeah. I mean, he was aggressive. It's not like he wasn't doing anything. I mean, he was driving closeouts.
I was going to say it was kind of the other part. He looked like a little wild almost. Like I thought they were like a little lucky to get some of the calls. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like driving three guys in like a lot of the time. So my problem was more he just looked like he wasn't making like smart decisions, and that's understandable because he was the only start. Like if you project out who the Celtics starters are going to be next year, he was the only one that was healthy in crunch time. So that's tough for a rookie. He's only 19 and 373 days.
And in terms of Smart, I love the fact that like Smart can like box out Turner, like just like get rebounds, like run an offense through the post, then like hit threes, and then just like toss in like beautiful passes or like run pick and roll. Like he's just all over the place. He is what Stevens says, like positions don't matter because Marcus Smart plays for Stevens, and he literally is an enigma, and he's our god.
Was this the best Marcus Smart game of his career?
Definitely the best Marcus Smart game outside of
playoff game, man.
It was the best regular season game outside of Oklahoma, I would say for sure. I feel like every time he goes to Oklahoma City, he has
he outplayed Russell Westbrook one time.
Yeah, the don't get it twisted game.
That's right.
Yeah. Marcus Smart makes guys mad. Shout out to Thad Young for getting in a screaming match after he won the game with Marcus Smart, because that's just what Marcus Smart does. Also, shout out to Mook for learning from Marcus and flopping his way in Celtics almost winning a game.
That might be a fine.
Maybe. Whoops. Oh, well. Anyway, do we want to talk about Tatum and Mitchell?
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Wade into those waters.
All right. Well, Jonathan brought it up before we started recording, and I thought it was like a pretty good question. Like, at the start of the year, it looked like Tatum was going to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. It looked like the Celtics had nailed their pick. By the way, I still think the Celtics have nailed their pick, but the question is, knowing what you know now, would you swap Donovan Mitchell for Jason Tatum right now?
So Mitchell's about a year and a half older than Tatum at this point. His efficiency numbers, if you take away the first month of the season, they're amazing. But if you include the first month of the season, it's not so great. So he's 35% from three. He's learning so fast how to operate on the pick and roll, and he's just got a really good feel about how to go get his shot. And his just confidence is through the roof. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could be swayed either way with this. I think Tatum's at least got the potential to be a little bit more of an impact defender just because of his size. Although Mitchell does have like that 6'10" wingspan, but I think Tatum's been the better defender this year. I think it's up for debate. Go ahead.
That's it. I was just chiming in about the big block in the game he had sent back. I forget who it was, but weak side rotation. Sent that. So that's like the strength of him. Like that's where you see Tatum's upside is like a 4. You know what I'm saying? Like he can play real 4 in this league just because of the length and like, you know, his athleticism. He can get up and help out like a big, and he is a, you know, not a great rebounder, but a very good rebounder for a 4. Like he can hold his own, which is nice.
And Tatum does have like the skills to be like a lead scorer on a really good team, but like Mitchell right now has the ability to take over games, which I don't think I've seen from Tatum yet. You just like hope he has that. So yeah, it's tough. They're both good players.
Yeah, we're also recording this on a night Donovan Mitchell had like 25 points in the second half and 15 in a row to end the third. So a recency bias.
Yeah, but like
has me strong on Mitchell.
Yeah, but how much does he respect women? That's the only stat that matters, by the way. Ladies DMs.
Femininity is hella boss.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you respect women, then you got to get on eHarmony here because
it's true.
Far too often you've probably run into lazy text messages, dead-end conversation, and random matches that don't turn into dates. Get to the #1 women-respecting website, eHarmony. It's unlike many others because they take extra steps to find you a more compatible match and a lasting, meaningful relationship. They've helped over 1 million people find their perfect match. They bring compatible people together. And right now, our listeners can get a free month with eHarmony if you sign up for a 3-month subscription. Just enter the code Boston Celtics at checkout. Stop waiting. Start your journey to a satisfying, meaningful relationship. Come see how eHarmony can change your life. Go to eHarmony.com and get started. Enter the code Boston Celtics at checkout. It worked for Jason Tatum. It can work for you. Matt Ignal here, Sam Sheehan, Lucky's Pipe, my brother Jonathan. It's starting to look like the Celtics are getting pretty close to being locked into that 2 seed. With another loss here, it seems pretty unlikely that the Celtics are going to have the opportunity to catch the Raptors unless they have some sort of injury. And even then, there's a fair amount to make up with the Celtics now, 3.5 games back as we wind down the regular season here. Going to be tough to catch the Raptors, and then the Pacers just leapfrogged the Cavs, I think, to get into
the Cavs lose tonight.
Yeah. To get into that number 3 spot. And they're like 7 games back behind the Celtics or something like that, 6 games now. Looking like the Celtics are going to be that number 2 seed. I mean, I just, pretty obvious prediction here. I think the Celtics, if they're locked into that, they're probably going to rest a lot of guys down the stretch. It might be a good thing that they don't, necessarily need to push for, let's say, like the number 1 seed or to hold off another team and can really get ready for the playoffs. What do you guys see when you look at the playoff picture? Is there a certain team you want to face, a certain team you don't want to face? Where are you guys at with this?
I'd like Miami, please. One Miami Heat, please, would be my order.
They are the 7th seed right now.
Yeah, so that's who I would like. I would like the Heat, and our Pacers round 2 would be great. So let's keep it right there. 2-7 Heat. And then Pacers, hang in that 3 seed, guys. I'm rooting for you. And we'll see you guys we have everyone but Hayward healthy. So,
is Kelly Olynyk the scariest player on the Heat?
Oh, Jesus.
All right, don't disrespect Rodney McGruder like that, man. Come on.
I think it's Tyler Johnson.
Dion, though. Playoff Dion.
Oh, well, it's Dragic, right? They're only like he was an all-star? Is that right?
He was.
He was an injury replacement? Yeah.
They were just
he just had Marcus Smart harass him for however many games it takes. I'm not worried.
Zach Lowe said Josh Richardson was their best player. So
yeah,
I think Winslow is playing really good for them too. Like I actually think Winslow's a really good player, and he might be more impactful than like somebody like Wiggins. Doomed. And he's
That was what I was gonna say before. The thing was that Justice Winslow, much maligned Justice Winslow, who almost ruined the Celtics franchise. Danny Ainge tried to trade everything for him, and Michael Jordan famously said no. He's shooting like an insane clip. He's shooting like 43% from the field right now. So if he could keep that up and defend the way he does,
And they just like Kaminsky just so much.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
He's great, man. Hornets are in a great spot right now.
Poor man's Kelly Olynyk.
Are we worried about this Kyrie Irving knee issue?
Brett said after the game he wasn't worried about it, and he's usually like, it's like not his style to say something like that if it was actually bad, so I'm not too worried about it, but it is weird, especially since I think our own Joe Sway from CLNS had the clip where he said that he didn't know Kyrie wasn't going to play the second half until it was almost started, so that makes it seem more abrupt, but I don't know. I'm not worried till Brad's worried is my take.
Well, they've done such a good job of keeping his minutes down this year. The playoffs, I mean, it's just much harder than the regular season. I just hope that he can hold up.
There's games to rest Kyrie.
Yeah.
You play Orlando, Sacramento, Phoenix, Chicago, Atlanta, and Brooklyn.
Is that down the
stretch? So there's going to be times. Yeah, there's times down the stretch that Kyrie's going to be able to rest. Jalen too, Al Horford. It felt like we were just healthy a minute ago. Now I look at the game and we're throwing Kadeem Allen out in crunch time.
Kadeem needs to stop.
Kadeem the dream.
Got to go to semi.
Oh man, yeah. The Ojale factory was not open for 3-point business today. I can't believe that the Semi Larkin Abdel Nader lineup did not pay dividends on the offensive end, but we all get surprised.
When you train and you just throw stones, like literally granite stones, it's kind of difficult to throw a basketball. It's just like, what is this in my hands?
You get that thick jacked frame. It's too hard to shoot a basketball. Oh boy. Yeah, well, I don't know. That game sucked, but I'm still like, it's just becoming clear that the Celtics are just going to need to get healthy for however these playoffs are going to be. Mm-hmm. I really just don't want to lose to the Cavs at this point. Like, I'm all right with getting beat by the Raptors because I feel like they've been, kind of a better team. But I also think that the Raptors have a little bit more of a whiff of the, 2016-17 Celtics to them than, where there might be a better regular season team than a playoff team. But we'll see.
I'm used to seeing Toronto limp through the playoffs. I don't know if they're 100% certain to have all those playoff woes fixed. Mm-hmm. Especially if they match up against Giannis round one. Yeah, no, they're definitely better and deeper and all this stuff. But I don't know. It's pretty odd to me that DeRozan nor Lowry shows up in the postseason.
Yeah, that has happened. A lot of people were talking about how they're less reliant on Lowry, so they could, but it's still those are the leading scorers. OG or Siakam can come up big, but the defense is. They could kind of get into similar to what the Celtics. They could just grind you out and look for stops, and then it becomes like a one possession game. And it's like whoever makes it makes it. So I guess they could get upset as much as they could just run through the playoffs.
I got nothing else, guys.
No takes tonight. You weren't inspired by watching that limp fest that we had last night. Are you back out on Greg now? I want a Greg update.
So
Greg Date.
Old Greg.
He had a good game against the one before the Rockets. I was like, all right, if he's good against the Rockets, I'm back on the Greg train. And he did have a good game against the Rockets. Didn't look lost out there defensively. And he had some great passes in this Indiana game. But my God, I think I could score in the pick and roll against him. I think my eyes would light up if I saw Greg Monroe in front of me.
Yeah, I gotta say, Victor Oladipo coming towards the basket and flat-footed Greg Monroe mixed about as well as fertilizer and gasoline in this game. So it's not great out there.
He has flashes where he'll run off 6 or 8 points, all twos, and then you're like, but why haven't we come back? And they're just scoring too.
that definitely happened in this game.
I felt like the Celtics missed Marcus Smart's chance for redemption after the Lakers missed game winner.
Yeah.
The whole reason the Celtics were in the game is because Marcus Smart. It's one of those things for me, when the big man runs the floor, you give him the ball. I felt like Marcus earned the shot to take that last one.
Who was it? He had the was it the Rockets game? One of these close games, he did falling out of bounds. He had the huck.
Yeah, the Rockets.
It was the Rockets game, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
They know, and it almost went in. It was closer to going in than Terry's shot. I'm just, all due respect to Terry, but
Juju Schuster-Smith should stop trying to recruit LeBron, and the Patriots should get on getting Marcus Smart, because I think, I hate playing could he play in the NFL game, but Marcus Smart could definitely play in the NFL.
Absolutely. I really think that it's interesting that the Celtics MO has kind of flipped since the All-Star break, where now they're like winning all their games in blowouts and they're losing all their close games. Like that was like not the case of the season. So now they're like padding their point differential. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Celtics. I still don't know what they are yet. It's a crazy team.
I think if they're healthy, I like their chances against everybody but Toronto and Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'd favor them in a playoff series against every team but those two. And even against those teams, if the Celtics get home court advantage, I think those might even be like a coin flip.
I got to say, everyone wants to give Dwayne Casey Coach of the Year for whatever reason. And
no reason at all.
Let's talk about
this because this is like I've seen the national media guys being like, "Oh, obviously you give Dwayne Casey Coach of the Year," because let's remember that Brad Stevens didn't finish top 3 in Coach of the Year last year in pretty much the exact same situation that the Raptors are going to win like 4 more games or something like that. I would love. That is the one thing I will like in a Raptors series. Brad Stevens will coach Dwayne Casey into the ground. There will be a lopsided matchup there. Something terrible is going to happen there.
Yeah, I just can't stand how they're using it as like, well, Dwayne Casey was like a really bad coach last year, so we got to give him credit for like deciding that you should probably shoot more threes. I'm like, really? Like so Stevens, just because he's like not. Like didn't wake up in 1957,
no,
he doesn't get that.
It's called setting expectations low. I've done it in every relationship. You go in the first day, you accidentally kill her cat, and then boom, when you're bringing chocolates by 3 weeks later, they're really impressed.
If Stevens doesn't get the Coach of the Year this year, I swear to God, like they should run. We got to keep Morris, and we run like 60% of the offense through like fadeaways and turnovers. Next year, we'll just take the 7th seed. It's okay. Then the next year, we just do like Houston, flip the switch. We're taking like 53s a game. It's going to be barnstorming and Coach of the Year. He's the new D'Antoni.
New D'Antoni.
All right. On that note, let's wrap things up here. If you like this show, hit that like button, subscribe to CLNS Media. You can also check us out on the go by subscribing to the Boston Celtics newsfeed on your favorite podcast app, or just download the CLNS Media mobile app. You can follow us on Twitter at CLNS Roundtable. I want to thank Sam Sheehan, Jon Ignal, and Lucky's Pipe for joining me today. We'll see you tomorrow with Tuesday tirades. All right.
Yeah, that was draining. They were so close for so long, and then they just
you could just tell that this was a game where they were like keeping it close enough just so they could hurt at the end.
Yeah,
it was that type of game.
Well, it was like they were already like using all their effort to like stay connected.
Yeah.
So like you knew the second like Victor Oladipo like showed up to the game, like bad things were gonna. He's good, man. That's like the one thing I do dislike about disrespecting the Pacers is I'm a big Victor Oladipo stan now. He's good, man.
Depot and Turner, like that's a good building block.
Yeah, those guys are legit. Like when they get real players that aren't fake tough guy Trevor Booker, like they're gonna be
a bonus.
Oh my God, Sabonis ended Daniel Tice. Tice had to break his nose just to stop the hurt.
I mean, Sabonis is awesome. Why did we draft Yabu? Oh, wait, no, Sabonis got drafted 12th.
Yeah.
He was like projected around where the Celtics drafted.
Yeah, I guess you could have taken him over Jaylen Brown if you wanted him that bad.
I guess so.
I thought it was Baines I'm used to seeing Baines get posterized.
Yeah, which Baines doesn't care. Like Baines is just like it literally does not bother him. He just like my man is dunk cucked twice a day, and it's like he's not
that kind of guy, dude.
That's his fetish. He doesn't worry about it.
Test those shots, even if you're staring in the face of a poster.
I stand with my fellow dunk cuck, Aaron Baines. I probably shouldn't start that one.